I'm a blind artist and I painted this jewelry box. Want to see how? So this is the plain white key box. It's a cuboid shape. It has the word keys written on the front in black. You can open the lid up from the top. There's a panel of see-through plastic, so even when the box is closed you can see what's inside. Then using some masking tape and just feeling as I'm going, covering up the plastic panel so I don't get any paint on it. I chose red, gold and pink acrylic paint, which were metallic, so they're nice and shiny. And what I do is I keep the paint tube next to the paint pot so I don't get my colours muddled up. I also use pots with higher edges. It helps me from not getting paint absolutely everywhere. One of my favourite ways to paint is using a damp sponge. I love the abstract look of it and I feel like all the colours blend very well together. So I started off with gold because I know gold is the lightest colour because it's kind of yellowy. So I start off with dabbing a little bit of gold everywhere. Then I move on to red and again just keep dabbing away in random spots. Then I continue to do that with the pink. As a blind artist, I really enjoy painting with a sponge. I love the effect of merging all of the colours together in this abstract way and choosing colours like red and pink that I believe contrasts with the gold goes really well together. Plus this is a birthday present for my mum and I know she absolutely loves these colours, so I thought they work really well. So I chose to put gold first because gold is quite a light yellowy colour and it wouldn't show up over the red if I added the red first. So I put on the gold, then I added the red and then I put a little bit of light pink to hopefully soften up the red and add some highlighted areas. At least that's what I imagine it to be. Oh, and I'm painting the key box on top of a white paper plate to catch all of my paint spills and to also rotate it on camera to hopefully make it easier so you guys can see what's going on while I'm doing it and also from all angles. So I know this is quite a simple art process, dabbing with a sponge, but because of my blindness it's a lot more time consuming as I have to feel and think and be very methodical with where I place my paint and whether I've already covered a certain section. I actually go over the entire box with 2 layers of paint just so I'm certain that I've covered as much as I can and got as much paint and pigment on the box as possible. On screen I just demonstrate what the box looks like so far with it being coloured and painted. The paint felt a little flaky so I got some Mod Podge and a very thick paintbrush. So then I start brushing on a thin layer of Mod Podge glue to make sure all of the paint is sealed in. To make sure I don't accidentally stick the lid to the box, I make sure I put a piece of paper wedged in between the box and the lid. So I'm using long horizontal brush strokes to make sure all of the paint is sealed in using the glue. I think using long strokes just makes the coat as even as possible. So now the box is completely dried, I'm showing it on screen. I think it's really glossy and it's smooth, very bright and colourful, and I again just really like the dabbing sponge technique. And now I'm just peeling off the masking tape that was on the plastic panel. It is quite satisfying. And surprisingly, I didn't get any paint on the plastic panel thanks to the masking tape. Usually when I do it on my own, I always miss a spot, but thankfully I was really lucky this time. So I'm showing on screen the clear plastic panel thanks to the masking tape, and now that the box is finished, some close-ups of the back, the sides and the front. I really loved making this piece and I really hope my mum loves her birthday present. So I really hope you enjoyed the audio described art tutorial of how I painted this box. If you want to see more from me, please like and follow along for more.